Before we dive into the details of Caitlin Clark's explosive European debut, let me ask you this. Do you think Europe is ready for one of the most dominant college basketball players America has ever produced? Trust me, the answer will shock you. Caitlin Clark, the phenom who has taken the basketball world by storm with her incredible scoring ability, court vision, and competitive spirit, is making her debut in the European League. And let me tell you, her first minutes on European soil were nothing short of spectacular. So, what exactly happened in those first few minutes that has everyone talking? Let's break it down. Imagine this, you're stepping onto the court, but this time, it's not in the US, it's a whole new world, a new arena, and new fans. Did Caitlin Clark feel the pressure of playing in Europe for the first time, or did she rise to the occasion? The answer might surprise you. Before we get into her European debut, let's take a quick look at how Caitlin Clark got here. After dominating in college basketball, leading her team to multiple victories, and setting jaw-dropping records, it was only a matter of time before she took her talents to the next level. But here's the thing, many wondered, would her game translate to Europe? After all, the European style of basketball is known for being more technical and strategic compared to the fast-paced, high-scoring nature of American basketball. Would Caitlin's offensive firepower be enough? Here's an interesting fact. European basketball is known for its emphasis on team play and fundamentals. Did you know that some of the greatest NBA players, like Dirk Nowitzki and Luka Doncic, honed their skills in Europe before coming to the US? Now, Caitlin Clark is stepping into that very same arena of greatness. The first few minutes of any player's debut are crucial. They set the tone for what's to come, and Caitlin knew that all eyes were on her. As the whistle blew, she wasted no time showing Europe why she's considered one of the best prospects of her generation. Right from the tip-off, Caitlin Clark took control of the game. Her first touch on the ball was electric. She drove to the basket, split two defenders, and finished with a smooth layup that sent a clear message, I'm here to dominate. But here's the question, was this just the beginning? Or did Caitlin face any challenges adapting to the European style of play? Keep watching to find out. Before we get to her next big moment, let's pause and talk about the European game for a second. European leagues are known for their tactical approach. The focus isn't just on individual brilliance, but on team coordination, passing, and strategic movement. For a player like Caitlin, who thrives on creating plays and scoring at will, this was the ultimate test. Did you know that European courts are slightly smaller than NBA courts? That means less space for players to maneuver, making it harder to find open shots. But for someone like Caitlin Clark, who can shoot from virtually anywhere, that was no problem. Back to the game. After her stunning opening play, the European defense started to tighten up. They knew they couldn't let Caitlin get into her rhythm, so they began throwing double teams at her, trying to cut off her passing lanes and forcing her to make quick decisions. But what they didn't realize was that Caitlin thrives under pressure. With just minutes left in the first quarter, Caitlin pulled off something that left the crowd in awe. She hit a deep three-pointer, and not just any three-pointer, but one from way beyond the arc, the kind of shot that would be considered impossible for most players. Now here's a question for you. How do you think her European teammates are adapting to her style of play? Is Caitlin bringing out the best in them, or is the team still finding its chemistry? Keep watching to discover how Caitlin's leadership is changing the game. One of the biggest challenges for any player, especially someone as dynamic as Caitlin Clark, is building chemistry with new teammates. European teams rely heavily on team dynamics, and for Caitlin, learning to mesh with her new squad was a key focus. During her first few minutes on the court, you could see the beginnings of something special. Caitlin's court vision allowed her to make precise passes, setting up her teammates for easy baskets. She wasn't just scoring, she was making her entire team better. Did you know that some of the greatest American players, like Diana Taurasi, have found incredible success in Europe? Many WNBA stars have played overseas during the off-season, and now Caitlin Clark is following in those footsteps, making her mark in Europe. As the game went on, the European fans, who are known for their passionate support, began to realize just how special Caitlin Clark is. Every time she touched the ball, there was a buzz in the arena. You could see people sitting on the edge of their seats, waiting for her next move. By the end of her first few minutes, Caitlin had already made a lasting impression. Her poise, her skill, and her ability to take over a game had the European crowd in awe. But here's the big question: will Caitlin Clark continue to dominate in Europe, or will she face challenges as the season progresses? Stay tuned because this is just the beginning of her European journey. Caitlin Clark's debut was nothing short of incredible, but it's just the start. As she continues to adjust to the European style of play, one thing is clear: Europe isn't ready for what's coming. With her combination of scoring ability, leadership, and basketball IQ, Caitlin is poised to take the European League by storm. The question is, how far can she go? Will she lead her team to a championship? Or will the European defenses figure out a way to stop her? So, what do you think? Can Caitlin Clark dominate in Europe like she did in the US, or will the European competition prove to be a tougher challenge? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on Caitlin Clark's journey, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. This is going to be one thrilling ride, and you won't want to miss a second of it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and share it with all the basketball fans you know. We've got more exciting content coming your way, so stay tuned and keep supporting Caitlin Clark as she takes over the European League.